Have you ever invested money into something for your business and later realized it was one of the best investments you ever made? For me, one of those investments wasn't advertising, it wasn't social media, it wasn't direct mail, it wasn't even a sales training program. It was my local chamber of commerce. And what started as a simple membership eventually led to clients, referrals, friendships, leadership opportunities, and relationships that still benefit my life today. And that's exactly what this channel is all about. Over the years, I've learned a lot of lessons through business, networking, personal development, and life itself. My goal is simply to share some of those lessons in hopes that they might help you avoid a few mistakes, discover a few opportunities, and maybe shorten your learning curve a little bit. So, if that sounds valuable to you, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you join us. Now, let me tell you what I learned. When I first decided to grow my Legal Shield business through networking, I attended a free networking event hosted by a local bank. It wasn't anything fancy, just a room full of business owners, professionals, and people looking to connect. What really struck me immediately was how open people were. Most were genuinely interested in learning about others and they were very eager to tell you about what they did as well. At that point, most of my business was focused on individuals and families, but I began to wonder if the chamber could help me expand into serving more small business owners and employee groups. And the question wasn't whether I should join, the question was how I could make the investment worthwhile. And I quickly realized that simply paying dues and showing up once in a while just wasn't enough. If I wanted the chamber to work for me, I needed to become involved. So I became a chamber ambassador. I highly recommend this to anyone. As an ambassador, I met with new and existing members to make sure they understood all the benefits available to them. What surprised me was how many business owners either didn't know about the resources available to them, had forgotten about them, or just simply hadn't gotten around to using them. So my role was to help them discover those opportunities and learn about their businesses. What did they do? Who were they trying to reach? What did success look like for them? Many times I would leave those conversations and they never even asked what I did for a living. And honestly, that was fine because I wasn't there to sell, I was there to serve. And what happened next was something that I never really expected. I hoped, but I didn't expect. Through follow-up conversations, helping them solve problems, connecting them with other business owners, and inviting them to events, discussions about my business just happened naturally. I was always taking good notes. Whenever I met someone, I was constantly thinking about who else they should know, who might be a good referral source for them, who might become a customer, and who could help them grow their business. At events, I would introduce people that whenever I saw a potential fit, and over time, people began seeking me out for that reason. They would ask things like, who do you think I should meet? And I love that question. Do you know anyone who might be a good referral partner for me? And eventually, many of those same people would ask about my business. That led to presentations, referrals, and many times new clients. One of the most valuable questions I learned that I actually ever learned to ask was, if I'm out talking to other business owners, what should I look for that would tell me they might be a good prospect for you? And the answers were pretty fascinating, really. One gentleman sold and repaired copy machines. I remember this is like one of the first times I asked that question. He told me, if you walk into a business and you see an overflowing trash basket full of discarded copy paper next to their copier, they probably need to talk to me. So that answer stuck with me. And instead of trying to find customers for myself all the time, I started learning what an ideal customer looked like for everyone else. And once you know what people are looking for, opportunities begin appearing everywhere. Another advantage of being an ambassador was that I often learned about new chamber members before most other people. That gave me an opportunity to welcome them, help them feel comfortable, introduce them around, and connect them with people who could benefit their business. And because I knew so much about the existing members and their businesses, I was often able to make introductions that led to real relationships and real opportunities for these people that were just getting started in the chamber right away. Another unexpected source of business came from members who were considering leaving the chamber. Usually they weren't getting enough value because they simply weren't using the benefits available to them. And many times I was able to show them resources they didn't even know existed, invite them to events that they hadn't even been a part of before, resources that could help their business and justify the investment. As my involvement grew, I naturally became active in other areas of the chamber, and later I was actually invited to serve on the board of directors, and that opened an entirely new world. Many of the board members were influential leaders within the community, and so some eventually became clients. Some became great referral partners because they had a wide view of everybody around, and people respected their opinion. Many became friends. And looking back, the biggest lesson I ever learned was that this chamber really wasn't about business, it was about relationships. The business followed naturally, which was nice. It became a place where I built friendships, gained clients, learned about my community, met local leaders, found resources I needed, and generally really enjoyed being involved. Yeah, it required effort, consistency, time, but it was worth every penny and every minute. In fact, I still have relationships today that began through my very first chamber membership many years ago. So if you're a new business owner or even an established one looking to grow, I strongly encourage you to explore your local chamber of commerce. Do a little homework first because every chamber is different. Attend a few events. They have a lot of free events that they're trying to have people be involved with. Talk to some members, see if it's a good fit. The first chamber where I became deeply involved was the Fenton and Linden Regional Chamber of Commerce in Michigan, and it had a tremendous impact on both my business and my life. So if you've had a positive experience with a Chamber of Commerce, I'd love to hear it about in the comments below. And if you found value in today's lessons, I appreciate a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. By the way, in my next video, I'm going to share another resource that works hand in hand with the successful chamber experience and has generated tremendous value for me over the years. Until then, have a phenomenal day.